Hi, it's Tony from Cassette Comeback. So, every now and then, a cassette comes along that I just think, oh, we've got to do a video on this. And in this case, it came completely out of the blue. This was sent to me by one of our viewers and ex-customer, Andrew H. So Andrew, thank you very much for sending this tape, much appreciated. And here it is in all its glory. The CLT. Yeah, stop it. I know we've all gone there, but yeah, that's the first thing I thought. But anyway, this is a family-friendly channel. So, the CLT ferric oxide LH, and this has got to be the worst J card I've ever seen. I mean, you look at this and you think instantly Type 0, and I'll say it again for those of you who, have only just got into cassettes. Type 0 are technically Type 1 cassettes, but they're not good enough to even be classed as Type 1 cassettes. They're basically rubbish. Maybe you could use them for recording computer signals on or voice, but they ain't music grade tapes. But at least most Type 0s, and they become very collectible, and I understand why, because some of them have some outrageous J cards or just some really cool J cards. This doesn't. This is brown with it's brown with black, and it's got like a box, and it's got like a bad picture of the earth on it, and that's about it. Let's have a see what it says on the back. Guarantee this tape is made from the finest quality components. Yeah, of course it is. Let's just get the focus on that a bit better. High quality components. If you find it defective, please return it to where you purchased it for an exchange or refund. Manufacturer and seller have no liability for direct consequential damage resulting from its use or inability to use the products. Yes, very good. So, say ferric oxide C90, like I say, terrible shell, case, and rubbish. Yeah, who designed this? I know it's probably from the 70s and it's pre-computers, but boy, they really didn't put any thought into appealing to the buyer with this one, did they? But the thing is, sometimes you can get a surprise, and I genuinely, this is the first time I've had this. As you can see, it's still sealed. You could get a surprise, and that LH gives me hope. Why does that LH give me hope? Because LH usually means BASF tape. So you never know, this might be BASF tape in the worst looking box you've ever seen. But let's have a look at the tape inside. I'm ready to get bowled over on this one. I'm waiting to open it up and it be a big windowed shell with great hubs, and yeah, it's not going to be some badly fitting piece of black plastic with a paper label. It's not. I have faith. I have hope. I can't get into this. Come on, you bugger. Even the tear strip doesn't work properly. Right, you ready? Are you ready for this moment? Let's open it and have a look. It's as boring as it could possibly be. Plain black shell, white paper label, but at least it is actually still attached there. But it's a welded shell, as we can see. Even in this day and age, there ain't no screws in this. Right, shall we ever see if the tape looks anything like usable, shall we? Now, that tape doesn't look as bad as I've seen some Type 0s. In fact, it looks all right, that tape. It's brown, it's not particularly shiny, but it isn't sandpaper-esque. So, who knows, maybe the world's most boring looking cassette could actually have some goodness about it. Let's have a look at the inside of the J card, see if there's any wonder here. No instruction, in and out. Please tension tape before use to ensure maximum efficiency. Well, they've got the little globe symbol on there and there, but yeah, I think we have the winner for the worst J card. Well, not worst, but the most boring looking J card ever. And It looks like one of them interview tapes, you know what I mean? The police use just a plain white label. But the proof of the pie is in the eating, so let's fire up a deck and see if we can calibrate this up and see if it can redeem itself by actually maybe having this BASF LH taping after all. Okay, I'm going to use the CR7 today because basically if this deck can't calibrate it, nothing can. So here we go. I'm sorry. Get it towards maybe the middle of the tape a bit more, it might be a bit better. Okay, auto calibration, let's see if you can do it. That will be the first stunner. Alright, it's calibrated it. That's a good start. If it was type 0, it wouldn't have calibrated it. Okay, I'm not going to ride this high. I'm going to let this peak at about 0 because let's not push it. Yeah, if it can record anything, that'll be good. Okay, I'm going to use a track called Skylines by Anno Domini Zero. Skyline's my favourite Japanese car. So yeah, let's see if this actually can record music of any sort of quality. So, there we go. You see, this is turned from a cassette that I thought that I would be snapping at the end of it, a la Maxim, but them two little letters, the L and H, sort of saved the day, I think, because that sounded far better than I thought it would. Come on, it did to you as well, didn't it? I mean, it was peaking at +3 there. Yeah, This is hissy, but this is a cheap looking and undoubtedly cheaply sold 70s ferric Type 1. But it ain't a Type 0, and that's what's important.
The truth.
So as I keep saying, sometimes there's nothing more surprising than a surprise. And that was surprising because, you know, the cassette with the most boring, knocked together J card I've ever seen in a sealed shell with a white paper label actually isn't the Type 0 I thought. Back in the 70s, this would have been a perfectly usable and perfectly good cassette for recording music on. And again, it's because of these magic letters, I'm pretty sure. LH. LH. BSF, it's like this other cassette which looks terrible, but LHD. The D meaning duplicator, but LH was a formulation of BASF Basic Ferric. BASF, they didn't make bad tapes. So this has LH duplicator, and that's just gone for the straight LH. At least I'm surmising it is, because, I mean, if we look at these two side by side, they look very similar. They are different shells, both welded. They're not the same shell, but, you know, they're not a million miles apart, especially with the tape formulation. In fact, if we look at the actual tape in there, if we can, the actual LHD tape, this is a later tape, I believe that's from the 80s, because it was given away at petrol stations. But if we look, the LHD tape is shinier than this LH tape and this CLT cassette. But colour-wise, they're not a million miles away. Like I said, this is probably an 80s formulation, this is probably a 70s formulation. But regardless, yeah, they say never judge a book by its cover. And yeah, this cover now, this makes this cassette look ultra kitsch, ultra 70s, and I like it. I like it a lot because, like I said, this is a sealed shell. I haven't done a tape swap on this. That was genuinely the actual tape itself being recorded, and it sounded fine, absolutely fine for a 70s tape, which, let's be honest, you see this on a market stall or whatever, you're going to buy virtually anything else apart from that, because that yeah, I don't know who designed that, but now I like the fact that I've got a decent tape inside a boring shell, inside the worst J card ever. This is a little 70s treasure that's going to happily go in the collection. So again, thanks a lot for that, Andrew H. Very, very much appreciated. And don't forget, if you're looking for some quality blank cassettes and you're over the other side of the Atlantic, don't forget to go to CassetteComeback.com, where Mr. Tony Cruz will be able to sort you out with a plethora of wonderful new old stock cassettes for your delights. But there we go, a nice little short video for you. And until the next video, please do take care, happy taping, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.